Welcome back. New shift. And after that, a challenge. I don't really remember what any of these things entail. So, and I guess I could apply some cool stuff to these, but I don't remember what any of these are. Like, if I could just look at these and learn, see what they are, like what kind of food they are, that would be one thing. But I have to memorize which icons go for what food if I want to make intelligent decisions with all these. I don't know how to do that. Oh, that's weird. Do you see how the timer's moving there? Yeah, how it just stops during that animation? Oh, what? Don't you lose quality. By the way, if you're wondering why I don't think that mouse is too loud when I click it, but the reason you can hear it at a decent volume, it's new food at least, is because the mouse is actually immediately behind the microphone. Oops. Yeah. Kinda lost track of those for a second. See, this car is just harder because there are more places to tap across a wider area. The shake, on the other hand, is ridiculously easy to varnish. See, we don't get more than one of the same thing anywhere, so... Here we go. There. So that does decrease the quality a decent bit. Not too bad. I can just keep clicking in the same spot, so as long as I can keep the cursor in one place, which is easier said than done for some reason, it's not that bad. It's annoying though. I've long lamented that laptop trackpads are like this nowadays. Single button laptop trackpads where it's just one big touch surface. And it has a singular button on it, and the only way it can distinguish between a left and a right click is feeling if your finger's on the right, which of course means if you press anywhere on the singular button on the trackpad, even if it's far on the right, it'll register as a left click unless, or it'll register as a left click if your finger itself or whatever other thing that activates the touch sensor isn't touching it. So for instance, if you press it with just your fingernail, it bugs me a bunch, and this trackpad is like that. It also means though you cannot click on it without putting your finger onto the touchable portion. So for instance, presumably the reason why I can't keep clicking in one place without things going haywire is because my finger is on the trackpad and activating it. I felt like that was fine. Like, more than fine. My finger is on the trackpad and activating the touch sensor the whole time as well while I'm trying to click. I can't click without having my finger on it like that, unless I take some kind of instrument to click with that doesn't activate the touch sensor. Whereas a trackpad that has separate buttons from the separate discrete buttons, left and right click buttons from the from the touch sensitive pad itself, would not give me this issue, because I could just click without making it think I'm trying to move the mouse. I don't know how well the things I'm trying to convey are translating into words here, because there's some confusion in language, I think, using similar terms for different things. But oh well. Nor do I know how intimately familiar most people are with trackpads or the different kinds of them, because most people do use mouses of the traditional sort for a computer. Whereas I've used these trackpads exclusively for a very long time. So I'm quite comfortable with them. I don't find it too bad for this game. And I think it's actually a better... These are all different! Well, they don't have to be that way, but they are. Come on, Gary. Keep moving, Gary.
Must help Patrick. Spongebob to the rescue!
But also, I think a trackpad's a little bit better analog here for Nintendo DS anyways. It's not quite the same, because it's not a touchscreen where I can just lift up a stylus and put it back down somewhere else, or my finger for that matter.
Here, I'll help.
Sure. I'll let you do that yourself. That one I'll let you do too, because I tend not to actually do well on it.
Patrick can use a hand.
Patrick,
SpongeBob to the
choose the worst time. That is annoying. It didn't used to happen earlier. Why am I having this problem anew?
Out you go. Watch and learn. Right. My station
But it is a little bit different from
can be tricky.
our dual touchscreen in the sense that I have to put my finger down onto the touch surface to be able to move the cursor at all. And otherwise the cursor stays in the same place. I can just click repeatedly and keep it there to tap in the same spot. Just pretty different from... Ah, it's too far away. Whoops. Whoops.
Not too shabby.
Ugh.
I should get to Sandy. Help is on the way.
But still, I think that's better than the total abstraction you have from any kind of touch device when you're using... Whoops. When you're using a mouse, a normal mouse.
I need to get this Squidward.
I don't remember that line.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good. I'll let you do that. I imagine this is all of our orders left? Yeah. Keep going, Gary.
Good try. Here, I'll help.
You didn't try anything, but that's for the better. Beautiful.
Sounds like a squid in trouble.
I don't hear anything.
Let me help you out.
This one's kind of weird how it works timing-wise. Because you don't have to wait during the animations. Instead, you just have a very limited amount of time, cumulatively, to follow that prompt to move it each way. It's a little strange.
Patrick, wait for me.
Shouldn't that have moved to the next station?
I'll show you how.
Yeah, I only need to keep the mouse in 2 different positions for that whole thing. That's nice.
I'll save
Let's just make this even better, I guess. That Plankton does not look very happy to be here. Is that a plastic handle or something?
coming, Squidward.
That metal, or that handle to me looks like metal. I don't think it's something that SpongeBob should be holding with his bare hands. I question though sometimes why cookware would have stuff that's supposed to be on a stove would have metal components that you're supposed to,
Help.
jeez, that you're supposed to handle with bare hands. Well, not necessarily bare, but with your hands. For instance, like a pot lid where the handle is made of metal. Like, you're always going to need a mitt for that now,
Let me see
if
that.
it's on a stove. Why not make it out of plastic or some other material that resists the transfer of heat? So you can actually
I better get back to my
do it with a bare hand.
Let my spatula
The dexterity that comes with it. Anyways, there are before I think I'll have opportunities to start talking about cooking. on this channel, but here we are.
Let a pro show you how it's done.
Or random thoughts on cookingware become relevant.
Right.
Is that salt or something? Because that seems like a little bit too much.
Satisfied customer. Hang on, Sandy. I'll show you how.
I still don't know what all of my friends are supposed to actually be doing here. Not even just why they're here, but they're not doing anything. I guess they're supposed to somehow supervise the plankton? Or maybe it's just their job to supervise the plankton and tell me if they have a problem, instead of actually helping in any way. I don't know. Helping the plankton do their job, that is. A challenger approaches. Patrick.
Finally. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
What are you doing? Get back to your job. Did Patrick always have one tooth? I mean, he should try it, to be fair. Like, you should have people try it. Seaweed pasta.
I'm ready.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Ready.
Oh, how do we do this? Alright. It's a quick one. Ah, now why is everything involved stirring? Why does every single one of these involve stirring? All the challenge ones. Ah! This stirring is a challenge. No!
Just right.
Ah! No! Oh, it's impossible. I don't know where this goes. It needs to be at least okay, so that's good enough.
Hey, crabs.
I can't do a range game! Those are basically all my least favorite mini games. Except for the first one. What? Well, while we wait for Patch to get back home, or get back here, rather, I have no reason to go to this menu. Although the game's gonna keep telling you that stuff is new. Will it stop telling me that stuff is new if I go here, go back, and then save my changes?
Great look.
Is that why sometimes things stay new? Because I don't save my changes? I have to save having seen it? It's a little weird. Oh, there it is. No! I don't like this. I despise all of these things. Oh, but it doesn't even give me an opportunity to save. That's annoying. Anyways, I'll see you next time. And this is our, what, is this our third episode this week? Yes. So we have 2 more to do. Anyways, bye everyone.